Let's move on then. Let's focus on PNGRB. They have opened the 12th city gas bid round, under which it will offer retailing licenses of around 8 geographic areas for CNG as well as PNG. Mr. Gajinder Singh, the member of Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory, joins us on the show. Hi, Mr. Singh. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, give us some details. Have you already started to receive bids? And is it from the usual players, be it Track, MGL, IGL, Gujarat Gas? Or are there other regional players that have bid as well?
Yeah, very good morning to you and your viewers. We started we have launched the 12th CGD bidding round on 13th October. And now it is an open bidding. And this in 12th bidding round, we have offered us 7 geographical areas, 5 complete states of Northeast and 2 union territory, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So we are covering all these 7 GA. They are going to cover the 92 districts. If you are aware of that, already 300 GA we have authorized in previous rounds up to 11A round. So 300 GA are already there, which has already been authorized, covering 640 plus districts. And this 7 GA is going to cover 92 districts. So this round we have already opened up, and now it is going to be. Now we expect that the kind of response we received in our previous rounds, we have never found that in any GA there is a single bid. So the similar way, we are looking for a better competition and better participation in these rounds also. And this 12th round is basically the northeast states, particularly the Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland, Sikkim. Mizoram right now, because the election has been announced, so we have kept in hold, but we are taking approval from Election Commission if it gets through, so that will also get included. So as of now, there is a 7 GA, but if Mizoram gets added, so it will be a 8 GA.
Got it. Mr. Singh, good morning, and thank you very much for coming on the program, sir. Because since some of this terrain is difficult to kind of lay the infrastructure out, will there be any concession, subsidy, etc., provided by the government?
Oh yeah, we have seen if you see in North states, now the gas pipeline is already being laid. With the Indradhanush gas pipeline, it is getting connected through the gas network, and all this pipeline is touching the state capital of all those northeast states. And now we are seeing that this pipeline is due to commission in the next year. So by the time we award the GA, because initially it will take time to complete the closing of financial closure and other things, by the time pipeline will also be ready. What we have given, one is the source will be available to the each state's capital. Second thing is that earlier we used to do, if you see the previous rounds in 300 GA, which is covering 640 plus districts. But this GA, 7 GA is covering 92 districts. So we have made GA-wise, we have not kept any restrictions. It is now up to the entity. Wherever they want to go, they want to spread. Wherever they see the business opportunities in that particular GA, they will spread in those things. So we have earlier, the inch kilometer used to be the criteria. And particularly in difficult area, this used to be a very stringent. So that we have now, it's not there. So wherever they feel, wherever way they want to take the gas in those areas, it will be totally dependent on the entities.
So in terms of you said 300 geographical areas have already been authorized, right? I just want to understand what is the expansion plan. Currently, there are, I think, around 5,900 CNG stations in the country. Over the next, say, 1 to 2 years, what will the expansion plan look like?
Yeah, if you see in the previous round, what you mentioned, this 300 GA, 276 GA already start drawing gas. And there the commitment, what they made up to 11th AGA, that they are going to have that CNG station, which is right now, what you said is 5,900. Now it is going to be 10,000 plus. They have already committed. The entities have committed in their areas. And the target of CNG, they are meeting what we have seen, there's a progress is very good in those, particularly in CNG area. Around the MWP target, the minimum work program target, which were the bidding parameters, parties are now making an investment in those areas. And if you see that in each area, the distribution networks, which is required for PNG, CNG, are being laid by these entities. Not only for PNG, CNG, if you see that all the demand center, whether it is an industrial customer and the commercial customers, those are being connected. Currently, if you see that 37,000 industrial and commercial customers are already connected. 37,000 the commercial customer means the big hotels and the big places where they require the gas for cooking, and the other industrial areas wherever they are there in those particular areas are getting connected. So that way it is a good way. I mean, the progress is good, but for PNG side, the progress is slightly low, which is not quite appreciable. But we are now seeing that, regularly monitoring those things, how it can be expedited.
All right, Mr. Singh, recently you all had finalized the unified tariff pipeline, and that was the big update that the pipeline players were waiting for. Any policy decision that can be expected either in this year or the next for the sector?
As you see that it was a long pending unified tariff, which we did it, and now it is running very nicely. We have not, initial teething problems were there, but now it is running very smoothly. But initial first year we have kept is that we will evaluate that how it is going to be, what all changes required to be made. If something is required to be made, then we will take at that stage. Particularly as of now, we are not seeing any problem. But we have given a 1 year time as an initial period, and then we will see that if any changes will require, we will definitely work out on it.
Mr. Singh, just last couple of questions from my side. Could you tell us what is the population coverage, sir, of PNG now? I mean, do you have a number? Before this 12th round, I mean, what's the coverage?
You see that up to the 12th round, up to the 11th round, 11 round, the total coverage for men, the population was 98%, and the geography-wise, the area-wise, it was 88%. But with this 12th round, it is almost 100%. Now we left with only the Port Blair, Laksdeep, and there are the few areas where we are working how the source can be made available there. If the gas source will be made available to them, that is only the left out area. All in terms of otherwise, full country is not covered.
Got it. In terms of volumes, though, although 98% is covered, full country now, of course. In terms of volumes, is it largely still skewed towards, offtake? Delhi, Bombay, the big cities.
If you see that particularly for CGD, as I did mention, it is a gestation period is slightly bigger. If you see particularly IGL and MGL, they are drawing now, like IGL altogether, they are drawing 9 million gas. And similar way, the MGL, they are drawing almost 6+ million gas. So these are now becoming they are becoming the anchor customer. These gas is going here in those PNG, CNG, and this segment. Similar way, the other cities have the potential to grow up to that area. Currently, if you see that, the total gas is going to 35 million.
Right. Got it, sir. So just one last question, sir. You mentioned that CNG stations which are going to go up to 10,000. Is there any pushback from players? Because, we are also seeing, on the transport fuel side, moving from ICE engines to electric vehicles, right? There's a big transition. But then there is the CNG side of things, which is also playing out. So if we were to leapfrog from ICE to EVs, where does, the CNG, that fuel composition really fit? Is there, what's the regulators thinking on that? And are you seeing any pushback from players? Go on, sir.
We are well aware of all those things, developments, what are taking place. But what we see that there are the alternate fuel currently like petrol and diesel. If you compare that, then definitely the gas is cheaper than all those alternative fuels. once the transition for electric vehicles will come, then that situation will come. What are the things going to be? But if we see the other countries also, if we see that particularly CNG, it is going to stay. That's what we believe. And because once the infrastructure is going to be all across the state, all across the state, now it is catching up. Every year, if you see the sale of CNG vehicle, it is now costing 7 lakh vehicles per annum. And going forward, now the total deployment of the CNG vehicles is around 45 lakh. So it is going to 7 lakh per annum if we see that if keep on increasing. So there's a good potential that CNG is there. CNG vehicles are going to stay. Electric vehicles, when it will reach to that maturity level, then definitely that become maybe after 1 decade. That's what we feel.
And we need other sources as well. So it's not just going to be one thing. Thank you, Mr. Singh, for joining us. And great speaking with you. Appreciate you joining in with that perspective, facts, figures, a lot of stuff there. Thank you. We'll take a